Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in this now moment on this earth plane. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy winter solstice. Does this morning feel any different than any other day? Does it feel any different than yesterday? I want to invite you to ask yourself a very gentle question. Let's make a gentle observation. Hopefully you're getting the emphasis on gentle. We all know what it feels like to judge ourselves harshly, to shame ourselves. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's just make an observation. If today does feel different, did you do something different yesterday? Did you do anything different this morning? Maybe woke up and said, I am so happy and grateful for this brand new, never before lived day. That might set my day off differently. I borrowed that from my life mastery coach I worked with years ago, Felicia Searcy. I'm so grateful for this brand new, never before lived day. But let's go back a little bit. Last night I had the urge, after I settled into my brand new Airbnb in Mérida, Mexico. I'm here for just a few more days before I travel home to Arkansas, but I had the urge to pull up Netflix. In fact, I did pull up Netflix and I looked for a Christmas movie. Absolutely nothing wrong with watching a Christmas movie. Sometimes that may be the very thing that changes the channel in your brain or raises your vibration. If you have it in mind to tend to your vibration yesterday. And I'd done that the last few nights because I needed something familiar. But last night I did something different. I did not choose to watch Netflix. I looked up a video. I looked for something with a little bit higher vibration. Again, I'm not saying Christmas movies can't have a high vibe. They absolutely can. But sometimes when I'm plugged into technology, like watching Netflix or the TV or movie, whatever, I don't know, it's just a different kind of energy. I feel maybe like I'm plugged in more to the matrix, if that makes any sense to your brain. And don't try too hard this morning to make sense of anything. So though I was still using my phone to look for a meditation by my teacher, Don Miguel Angel Vergara, I think I chose to even put that down. At some point, I posted maybe some pretty pictures on Facebook because that makes me feel happy. And I love sharing the joy and beauty of each day here. But eventually I took my phone out of my hand and I took it in the other room and plugged it into charge, very much away from the area where I was, especially where I was going to try to rest for the night. And I probably picked up my book, Shaman Healer Sage, that I'm reading right now, by Alberto Villaldo. And there was some great new practices in there. Look him up. Anytime you try any book, pick it up and feel the energy of it. Put whichever hand, mine's my left hand that is really energy sensitive. You might feel the cover, you might feel into the pages, and just wait for a second. See if you feel a yes or a no. But he had some exercises last night. I'm getting a little farther in the book this time than I ever have before. And he had an exercise about losing your head and coming to your senses. I think this was the one about, well, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to remember. I might practice it again though. And the second attention is the one I was working on yesterday. It's like, I love the word synesthesia I've been learning the last few days. The practice primary perception, shamans have developed a kind of common sense that bridges all of the senses. So you've heard of kinesthetics or kinesthesia. This is synesthesia, and it's they're able to taste fire, to touch the fragrance of a flower, and to smell an image. Does that make any sense? It's practices for rewiring your brain. Now, I did a rather long video yesterday, unedited, calling it Let's Be Real. I tried all day long to upload it. It ended up one of my longest rambling ones of late. It was 48 minutes, and it never uploaded. So I'm taking that as a sign. It's not time to share that with you just yet, but I was sharing my angst of the morning, maybe the worried thoughts I woke up with. And I reference those a lot. I'm someone who's dealt with depression in my lifetime, and being real is sharing that with you as part of my shadow, the voices that come out that try to take me off of what feels like otherwise a gentle center, a center where I feel I'm able to observe myself, my life, my thoughts, my feelings, my experience with neutrality and somehow also compassion. So I was all over yesterday morning. I was having a hard time getting there. And I allowed myself to just ramble and share my very real, raw, unedited, censored thoughts and feelings with you. And I will share that at some point, I'm sure. Why am I bringing that up? Part of my struggle. I had read a Facebook post a few days ago by a beloved. I love everything she posts. She's one of the most real people on the planet for me right now. She talks a lot about shadow. So not just about love and light, which I want to be. I know she wants to be. I believe it's what I am at my core. The truth of who I am. And in my human experience, I'm wired for a full spectrum. And it's not always pretty. And she was talking about spiritually bypassing. And sometimes in our attempts to be love and light and live in our bliss and live the life that we love, sometimes some of the teachings might encourage us to bypass the human experience. I'm going to reference, as you know, I'm here in the Maya land studying with my beloved teacher, Don Miguel, and Trudy Woodcock. And Trudy, we have a Maya Wisdom Circle every Wednesday. We gather and we hear from Lady Sadcook, one of the very first and only that I know of female leaders of the Mayan culture, Mayan world, thousands of years ago. And it was Lady Zadcook that brought us a very relevant and current message in the last few months, saying, I'm not asking you to be your high self. I'm asking you to be your authentic human self. Can you do that with me today? Can you celebrate being human? The Mayans have a saying, the halashwanik, the truly true human being. Can we be our truly true human selves today? Authentic, perhaps raw. Can we do that without spiritually bypassing the moment and observing with neutrality if we're able and compassion if we're lucky? I'd like a different word than lucky, but we can. Anyway, it made me, I think I went a little bit on the defensive because I started wondering if I was attempting to spiritually bypass my struggle. Perhaps because, of course, on the channel, I'm sharing with you, I might not start in my bliss, but I've been sharing lately at the top of some temples or literally on the top of a mountain, and I may be glowing. And of course, that's not my only experience. And so I started wondering if that's the only thing I'm willing to share. Probably why I recorded yesterday, the raw and uncensored, and let you see me in my morning struggle. And again, I do intend to share that, but for some reason it didn't upload yesterday. I'm going to take that as a sign. I've been promoting. I want the Maya legacy to continue. I absolutely believe it's something that can assist humanity and the planet because it's helped me so much. Is it the only way? Is it the only answer for all of us? Absolutely not. It may not resonate with you, and so hopefully I've already in my channel, go back and find some mindfulness exercises, find whatever on here. I do some quick, short, I've done walking meditations, smiling meditations. And so find one of those, whatever resonates with you. And if none of this does, turn me off and go find somebody else that does. Sit alone in silence for a while. Tune in. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat. If you do nothing more today, then find your own rhythm. Do that with me for just a moment. Go ahead and close your eyes. Tune in. Engage your observer self, the part of you that is consciousness, the light of pure awareness, the part of you that allows what is to be. We've attached words like neutral, compassionate. Allow that observer self to do just that. Observe your present state of being. You might do nothing more than witness your own breath. Not change it. We're not learning a new, healthier way of breathing. We're just noticing what's going on right now with our breathing. Okay? You might just tune into the rhythm of your heartbeat. Can you feel it? You might need a little assistance. Put your hand on your chest. You might do something as simple as just stopping to notice the air in the room, or wherever you are. If you're outside, is it cool or is it warm? Does it feel like the air around you is moving, or is it still? How does it feel dancing on your skin? Just notice. That's mindfulness. If you did nothing more than that today to start your day, you've already changed the channel in your brain. And I love that Mary Allison, I'm going to reference her, love the truth that she speaks, love her heart, love all that she shares. She had the post about spiritual bypassing this week, and yesterday she talked about finding the others that care about raising their vibration. And I'm like, suddenly I felt like I was back in the fold. Not that she ever kicked me out. I just responded to somebody that commented on her post. And since I responded, that was just something I needed to check within me. It was a moment to stop and pause and go, am I trying to spiritually bypass anything? Am I promoting some tools that can help humanity? Absolutely. Am I promoting, I think I would actually choose a different word. My channel, obviously not, or I wouldn't still only have 45 subscribers after 1 year. Do I want to share this with the world if it resonates with them and assist them in changing their experience? Yes. Yes. Do I want to help you learn how to change the channel in your brain when you don't like the program that's running? When you're experiencing, let's call it a dense or a heavier energy in your life, and I know how to help you maybe lighten the load? Yeah, I want to help with that. Do I want to invite you to join a small group of us as we celebrate the winter solstice together online this morning at 11 a.m.? Yes, even just check it out. It's free. It's not a webinar. Still defending against that comment. It's not really a product that we're selling. It is an invitation to join a loving community if it resonates with you. If you're looking for a place to belong and it feels like home, then stick around. When we do ceremony, now I've got some pretty flowers on it, but we tend to wear white. It's just a higher vibe. Black absorbs everything. On my channel, you hear me talk a lot about letting go of good and bad and right and wrong, negative, positive, but obviously there's some experiences we enjoy more than others. And black is something that absorbs. Just notice, not saying don't ever wear black, but just notice when you're wearing black, if you feel a little heavier throughout the day. Do you feel like you absorb some negative energies around you, especially if you're out in humanity? Now, if you're in an environment, when I got to my Airbnb yesterday, one way I raised the vibe, change the channel, choose the frequency I want to plug into while I'm here. This is my space. I'm all alone in this one. And I went around with my Palo Santo. It's a sweet wood. I have it next to the bed. There's something about this. It awakens my olfactory senses. And I associate this wood with ceremony that I've done with my teacher, with being together with loved ones, others who have loving souls and have really done their work to understand themselves, to embrace and lovingly understand their shadow, to live from compassionate observation. Excuse me. Got a little frog. It's early morning. Excuse me. So I lit my Palo Santo and I went through every room. I went by each door and I invited in only that which is aligned with the vibration I was inviting in. Let's put it that way. Sometimes I'll say only that which is for my highest good, but who can say what's for our highest good? Sometimes what may seem like a negative experience or a trying experience, let's say. That thing that causes us to feel uncomfortable might absolutely be for our highest good. Might help to awaken something or bring to the surface something that we actually want to clear or understand better or embrace or love or greet with compassion, neutrality. Remember to breathe today. So I lit my Palo Santo and I decided, I just went from room to room. I go to the mirrors. And I invite myself every time I look in the mirror to greet myself with loving and kind words. Celebration of self, encouragement, not those old voices that used to say, oh, I'm aging. I don't like how that looks. I really wish I could change that. Let's plump that up. Take away those wrinkles. Man, I earned those. You may have noticed the last few days, I'm not really sure where to look. I want you to see my eyes and I want them to look directly on. So when I'm looking over here for some reason, obviously I can see them sideways. Do I get distracted in these videos? Do I start to ramble? Absolutely. I love myself, and I think those of you who stay tuned in have learned to love my kooky ways. But I also see there's a light over here, a little green light, and that may be my camera. So I'm gonna look at this later. I have an agreement with myself that I don't go back and watch these before I post them so that I won't edit them. They may never get up. If I tried to perfect my videos, I'd probably never post them. Do whatever you need today. Whatever fills your heart with love, whatever increases your joy, whatever brings back your peace of mind. If it's a book, read it. If it's a webinar, attend it. If it's a gathering online, join us this morning, casakeen.org. If it's calling a friend, if it's sitting in silence, if it's sitting in a smiling meditation, eat, pray, love. One of the teacher, when she went to Bali, she was looking for words of wisdom, and he just said, sit every day and smile. Sit and smile. And see what changes. See what's different for you today. Take a new direction to work. That will change the frequency in your brain by doing something new and different. And I'm not saying doing something familiar isn't the same. I read something by a woman who's going to walk every day for 30 days. She hasn't stopped, and I swear has it been 19 years? I don't know. She's like, walk the circumference of the earth, not literally, but by miles, 3 times, 4 times. I don't know. Anyway, it was pretty amazing. And she said sometimes walking the same path every day really served her because she noticed that every day it was different. She noticed something different. So whatever it is that serves you, know that I love you. Happy winter solstice. We're stepping out of the darkness. Our shorter days, the literal darkness, our shorter days. Nothing wrong with that. Deep, rich, gooey, dig into the depths of it. I hope you learned how to embrace your shadow. And we're returning to the light. 2022 is a brand new year. What would you love to be different? Start some new practices. Join me on the channel if it resonates with you. And I'm going to keep sharing what I'm learning some new practices. They may feel a little foreign to you. There's some very new stuff from my teacher. And again, the Maya culture, Mayan wisdom teachings may not resonate with you, and that's okay. So find something else on there. I'll try to shake it up. And know that you are loved. You're not alone. I'm sure I'll see you again before the new year.